two, they look like bridesmaids. And they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. Salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm up, I see you like the again. While you was sleeping on me, I make 40 bands by 4 p.m. Baby, take it.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Strap in. This will be a good one. 2 one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Hey, over here. In and out. Come on, tempo. Right there. Gun.
Now the rookie first-rounder from San Diego State, it's Rashad Penny, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's gonna work. Front left. Gun.
On second down, Wilson. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Front left. 19.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Penny, a first down carry, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Front left. 18.
Now Wilson on second down. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hodges. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
gotta go.
They go back to the ground now with Penny. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play call, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Gotta go.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Keep working, baby. Keep working, fellas. Fair. Got it. 14.
On second down, here's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Goff now on second down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
14.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, here's Goff. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne and try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. A handoff to Penny. And a short gain down to about the 33. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out.
Zebra. 19.
Wilson. That is caught at the 7. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out to kick is Janikowski. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Now gone. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They'll try the air now with Gone. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's fourth down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now it's Lockett. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tempo, tempo. Shotgun.
To throw on 2nd down. Wilson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Tempo. 19.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw right side to Perriman, and it's caught. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle there by Mark Barron.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. Hey, 4 down. On
second down, here's Penny. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
One of the surprises of the first round, the Seattle Seahawks selecting running back Rashad Penny out of San Diego State. Highly regarded, but most people thought he would go in the second round.
But he did have an incredible senior year at San Diego State. Over 2,200 yards, 23 touchdowns.
He resembles Marshawn Lynch in build, but has the ability to take it the distance as well. Had 7 kick returns during his career at San Diego State for touchdowns.
They keep it with Penny on first down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go get another one. Let's go get another one. Come on. Zebra, zebra. Front left, front left.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Janikowski bangs it through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before break here. Goff steps away to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes out right around the 39. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
DC. What? 20. Yes, sir.
Another carry now for Gurley. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now the rookie from Tennessee, John Kelly. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
All right. Come on out. Shell. Tiger.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
The Rams on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. John Kelly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down. He's going to look deep for Perriman. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got it with the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Rashad Perriman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And This will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Defensively, the tackle by Cam Chancellor. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Dude. Goes 17. 12. Start left.
From the 50, it's gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
Let's go to work.
Again, it's Penny. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Come on,
the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
380. Right left. Gun.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try to find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Just a net of 34 there, following a punt of 44 yards. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position. I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run their full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut. So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here comes a 20th carry for Gurley. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Starting left here.
Out of the gun. Gone. And that is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Whirling. Hardball. Yo, back 20. Starting left here.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. Yeah, that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
Gotta go.
Here's a give to Penny. And an alley to run. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, gives your guys the wall.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Goff now to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. Still going. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. The Chargers have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown lead. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far.
Orange.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Goff. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A huge play that time for the Rams. 41 yards.
All right. 1 out, 14. 14. 180. 14.
Now it's gone. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Zerline connects on the extra point. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Oh, did the Rams get it? Yes! L.A. football. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Seahawks, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.